everything will be good because when I was driving, it was the connection at first. So this is part two. This is me attempting to go live again. So anyway, I'll wait for y'all to come in again, and hopefully we'll be able to have some good conversations. But I just put some clips to hold my wig back, and I'm just gonna do my makeup while we're live because I'm trying to get dressed. I have to leave home in about an hour and a half or so, so I have plenty of time. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. I don't know if you were on before, but I was driving and the reception was pretty bad, so I had to get off and I'm back home. I've taken a shower. I'm going to get dressed and I just want to spend some time chatting with y'all. So if you were on the live before, you could go ahead and ask whatever question that you want to ask. If you are just now coming for the first time, how are you doing? What have you been up to? It's been so long since I went live. I think it's probably been maybe 4 years since I went live. So yeah, what have you been up to? What are you doing? I was sharing that I left the notary business over 2 years ago and I now am in government contracting. But I want to know, what kind of content do you guys want to see from this channel? Do y'all want, what kind of content do you want to see from this channel? So I created a second channel, and I want to do like wellness content, like productivity content, that sort of content on that second channel. And I named it according to Leah, what this channel's name was previously. And I just went back to this channel being Leah the Notary. So I really want to do some more like wellness content more than anything on my other channel. But I was just wondering, like, what do y'all want from this one? What do y'all want to see on this channel? What do you want to see? Do you want information on the business that I'm currently in? Do you want vlogs? I no longer, I still am a notary, but I no longer like do any notary jobs or anything like that. So what kind of content do you want on this channel? What kind of content do you want on this channel? What do y'all want to see? Were y'all on the live before, just a few minutes ago? Were y'all on the live before? Because I was mid-sentence and why are you looking so pretty? Oh, that's so sweet. I was mid-sentence on my live before and I just did not even get to finish telling y'all. But I'll pick up just in case you watch the replay because I am going to make it a replay. I'll pick up from there. But basically, I was telling y'all how the business has been going so good. Me being in government contracting, everything has been going so good. We have lots of employees. My daughter is full-time. I'm not counting my family who works full-time, but I'm just counting like my other W-2 employees. So we have about 6 W-2 employees outside of like the other 4, and me including it in that 4. So I was sharing that I have been self-employed it'll be 6 years in November, completely self-employed. And I was sharing like some of my contract details and y'all were asking for information regarding some of the contracts. So I want to finish up and tell y'all that information. But I was just basically telling y'all that we've had like multiple contracts that I've won. The way it works is you could do a number of different things. Like you could do lawn care, you could do janitorial, you could do plumbing, you could do, hey, how are you? You could do a number of different things. Marketing, you can be a project management professional and get a contract with the government, get multiple contracts with the government. For me, it's not just one contract that I want. I actually want multiple. And we actually won multiple. So that's been really good for us. My goal is to like hit $1 million in revenue this year. That was my goal last year that I just made a goal at the spur of the moment. I took several months off after my mom passed. And when I started working again, I just made a really big goal to hit $1 million, which I was nowhere close at that time. I was like maybe around 200,000 for the year. And anyway, I set that goal, and it's good that I did. I talked about like setting big goals in the video on my channel titled Aim Higher, because you know, you just never, if you just aim here, you might hit down here. But if you aim higher, then you give yourself a chance to hit what you aimed and even exceed. You know what I mean? Or even if you don't hit what you aim for, you give yourself a chance to do much more than you limited yourself to do. Does that make sense? Hello. So yeah, you give yourself a chance to do so much more when you set a larger goal. And that's why I set that $1 million goal, because I felt like I could work and I could hit it. And you know, I didn't hit it, but I hit 500,000. So that was good. You know, that was really good. So I'm just like trying to grow my business. That's what I'm really trying to do like right now. Just really grow my business. Views and mom, I don't know what that means, but I'm really just trying to like grow my business and with balance, because I'm not trying to like burn myself out so much. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to burn myself out where I'm just doing so much. So yeah, I still want to hit 1 million. I actually want to exceed that, but before I move on to the next benchmark goal, I want to hit my goal of 1 million. So as it stands right now, I don't know where our revenue is right now. When in January we were at 300 and something thousand. Hey Talon, how are you? What you been up to? How's everything going? How's everything going? Are you still in the notary business? Were you ever in the notary business? What brought you to this live? What type of content do you want to see on this channel? So anyway, I don't know nothing much. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know like where we are currently. If I had to guess, I would say this year we've done close to five, maybe like let's just say 450,000 so far this year. Yeah, so I've just kind of structured things where I am taking a lower pay from my business so that I could hire people to get other things done. You know what I'm saying? So that like I'm not like taking this huge pay. I just want to like grow it so that I'm not doing all the work on my own. And yeah, hi, how are you? Excuse me, Hamdani. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Yeah, my name is Leah. I used to be a notary. Um, and this is what this channel was, a notary channel. I've always talked about like money and finances and how to make money on this channel. And I am no longer a active notary. I still am a notary, but no longer active with it. And 2 years ago, I started contracting with the government, and that has been very good. So that's what I was talking about. So what kind of content do you guys want to see on this channel? Like, what kind of content do you want to see on this channel? Like, what do you guys think? What is something that you want? Do you have any, like, I don't know, any questions? Were y'all on this live before? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Were y'all on my live earlier? Like, what kind of content do you want to see on the channel? And I'll wait. I'm going to stop talking and let more people roll in and let some comments roll in. How are y'all doing? How is it going? I haven't been live in over 4 years, I think, on this channel. So I figure it would be really nice to catch up. What have y'all been up to? What have y'all been doing? I'm just getting ready. I have somewhere to be. in about an hour and a half, and I figured I could take some time and spend some time with y'all getting ready. I guess like the ones who were asking a bunch of questions are not here. Carol Jackson, hi Lee, I've been following you for a while, just listening. Hope you've been well. And is there a way to remove a nuisance people in this chat? I don't know. I got makeup on my hands, so we're just gonna let them rip right now. We're just gonna let them go. It'll be okay. The chat won't be saved when the video goes live, but other comments could be placed on the video, so it's all right. But anyway, Carol, what have you been doing? Are you still in the notary business? Are you working a 9 to 5? Like, what are you doing? Are you, you know, stay at home? Do you currently run your own business? What have your life been like, Carol? What has your life been like? What have you been doing? What have you been up to? I was just wanted to know, Carol, and others, like, what type of content do you guys want to see on this channel? What type of content? Because I consider just like stop filming all period on this channel and just focus on another channel that I want to start. Well, I've already created it, but just haven't posted anything. But yeah, what kind of content do you want to see on this channel? So, not in the notary game anymore, retired, but still working. Okay, I understand that. I understand that. Yeah, so what do you want to see? Because I really want to do like wellness content. That's what I really, really want to do on another channel. I won't convert this one. I'll just leave this one like as the notary platform that it started out as. I've took it through a lot of different ways, but yeah. I'll just leave this one the way it is, but I really want to do like wellness content. I have like a lot of wellness goals that I want to reach, if you will. So what kind of content do you guys want to see? What are y'all thinking? Like, let me know. What do you want to see? Do you want to know more about, like, you want day in the lives of like a business owner, like the stuff that I do day in and day out, like vlogs? What do you want to see? Do you want, because I don't have any notary content to give you. What kind of content do you want? What kind of content are you wanting to see? That's what I want to know. That's the question. That's the question. What are y'all wanting to see? Are y'all interested in the other channel? Are y'all interested in learning more about government contracting? What are you interested in? Oh, thank you, Carol. Yeah. Her comment says, well, Leah, you have always been good vibes. So anything I love, anything. Okay, so anything, like anything content. I love how you find the strength to keep going forward and not letting life drag you down. Yeah, we can't let it drag us down, y'all. We can't. Whatever's dragging us down, we got to change it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. It's just got to go. It's got to change. I tried to do like little life audits all the time. You know, I'm always writing stuff down in my notebook because I want to improve and stuff like that. And I love life. That's the whole point. I really love life. And I just want to be able to continuously improve my life, you know, because it's always something that could really take us down. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it, Carol. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Like, I'm in my 40s, y'all. And so I have been experiencing a lot of epiphanies and a lot of different things. I always want to know about finances and second stream. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Finances. I like that. I was thinking that like I could just go live weekly because it might be I did this backwards. I should have put this on before. It might be a little bit of a struggle to try to film like regular sit down content. And But if I go live weekly, maybe we could just stay connected like that. You know what I'm saying? So like if we stay connected in that way, I think that would be good. I don't have any lip gloss in here. I don't have any lip gloss in here, I don't think. Yeah, I think we could stay connected like that. And then I could share like different things that are currently happening in the business and since it's finance stuff. So Carol, let me just kind of catch you up on the part one because you missed part one. I think you missed part one. Maybe you missed part one. I don't know. But in part one of the live, I was live earlier in my car and I was just sharing with y'all about the contracts that I've won. So somebody was asking me, could it be done virtually? Like, can you win these contracts? Let me wash my hands. Can you win these contracts and just, I guess, kind of perform them virtually? I guess that was the question. And I was just sharing how some of my contracts I've had to be hands-on. I've had to be there in place. So the very first contract that I won was for chips for inmates in a prison. That was the very first one that I won. And then the second one that I won, which that all that includes was delivering chips, you know, delivering chips. The second one that I won was it was mold remediation. And it was cleaning out the mold off of a ship. That was a federal contract with the U.S. Coast Guard. And that one, I took 4 days and I made about $8,700 and those with that contract. And I didn't have to go anywhere. I just had to make sure that my subcontractor showed up the way he said he was going to show up, perform the work, and provide like the air quality reports and stuff like that. Yeah, he did everything that he was supposed to do. I submitted my invoice to the government. I got my money. I got the full payment, my money and the subcontractor's money. I sent the subcontractor his money, and I ended up like profiting like 87, I think 87.20. I believe that's how much it was. That's how much we profited from that contract. And at the time, it was just like me working the contracts. My husband was kind of like getting familiar with it. So at the time, it was just me. And so that was really great profit for just 4 days of work. And then the next contract was a janitorial one, which involved like daily cleanings. Well, like weekday cleanings, I should say. And that was good. That's the one, I did a video when I got that contract. And that video was like, once this live is completed, I'll pop that video in the card so y'all can see the video. But that contract was like the one where I had to hire employees. So at that time, I did not have any employees. It was just like me and my husband working. And so I had to hire employees. And so I still have that contract. I have like a year and a half left on that contract. And there is a possibility that the contract could be renewed. So then the next one was, I think the next one I won was like cleaning the hoods for a school district, which was really cool. That was really great. Still have that contract. I will have that contract for 4 more years. And yeah, so that's recurring revenue. And the first time my profit on that contract, the first time we worked it was like $18,000. It's like a week of work. And then the second time we performed it, I found a way to get the better labor and cheaper costs. I love that. So the second time the profit was about $30,000 on that contract. So yeah, so the way it works with me, since you know Carol says she want to hear about finances, the way it works in my business is I just have to see what they want, see if I could actually fulfill it. Do I need to hire people to do it? Am I going to do it myself? Am I going to get a subcontractor to do it? And then from that point, just like follow their instructions, you know, like they'll let you know when they want it done. They'll let you know like they'll let you know all the specifications of it. So they'll let you know all that stuff. And then from there, you just do it, you just do it. And so I did have a notary group, and like my very last notary group was a few years ago. And I did offer some of those ladies the opportunity to come in and learn the business. And so I did work with a few ladies, they learned the business, and everyone won contracts. One person has won catering contracts recurringly. Hey, Angie. One person has won catering contracts recurringly, like again and again and again. She just has won multiple of them. Another one, she won like I think it was an ATV contract. Another one, she won like a snow removal contract. Another one, something dealing with HR. I can't really remember because that's been a couple of years. I'm trying to think, did I miss anybody? I can't think if I missed anybody. Yeah. Oh, you remember that, Carol? Yeah, because I filmed it, and I was so excited that she won. And so, because I think she was like one of the last of my students to win. Like she wasn't winning anything. So yeah. So I know that there are some people who have asked me in some of my videos about like what I do and how it is that I do it. And so, if that's something that's interesting to you, we could talk about that kind of stuff on the channel. We could kind of talk about some of those things. Okay, I need to get some mousse real quick for my wig. Hold on one second. It's been so hot this summer. Girl, this natural hair is up under this little flip over wig. And this wig is so cute. I really love it. I ended up dyeing it black, but the color that it was really good. But it was so cute. It's so cute and it's so easy. And I take it off at night and I put it on when I'm ready to go somewhere. And I don't have to do anything. Like my natural hair was just getting so big and bushy because of the humidity. It's so hot where I am. I'm in South Carolina right now. So hot and bushy, so big and bushy, and don't talk about silk pressing no hair, child. And I'm not even trying to do a sew-in, so I was like, let me just get a little wig. I think I'm gonna try to do some mini twists in my hair. I've been thinking about that. I think that would be real cute. But anyway, yeah, so this wig has been like very good. I'm very happy to have it. Very, very good. So yeah, so as far as like others, I helped my sister. She won a contract, and it was for some stands, and her profit, it kind of went awry though, but her profit should have been like 18,000, but that was a little bit of a headache of one. So I really try not to have problematic clients. Like sometimes you could tell by the things that they're asking if they are going to be problematic. And so the way it works with the business that I'm in, like you can kind of pick and choose if you're going to go after something. It doesn't mean what you want you're going to get, because you just have to make sure that your offer makes sense. So help me, LOL, how do we set up a class? So that's what I was just trying to figure out. Do you know anything about government contracting at all? Or is this your first time hearing about it? Because that will make a difference on what I could potentially offer. You know what I'm saying? That will make a really big difference on what I could potentially offer. So if you know something about it, then maybe I could offer some like one-on-one Zoom calls. If you don't know anything about it, maybe I could offer something more. I heard about it but never actually worked it. I say, yeah, girl, let me tell you, it's the best thing. Having this business, I finally feel like I'm in the right place. You know what I mean? I finally feel like I've arrived to the right place. And I'm so grateful for the notary work, because the notary work kind of like helped me prepare my mindset for it. Because had I known about this business before, I would not have been ready for it. I'm sure I would have sabotaged. But if you've heard about it, but you never actually worked it or really dug into it, then we would need to start from scratch. So that kind of gives me an idea of something that I could offer. The way it works, you just have to be ready to go, you know, like that's the thing. Like, for example, my janitorial contract, like it could replace your income real quick. Like one of contract I have, I was profiting about $7,000 a month on the contract, and with me doing no work on it, just like some maybe about 3 hours a week or so on the contract. So there are classes from a business association in my city, but I have scheduled with them, and they're always rescheduling me for one reason or another. But I want to find a niche to get to work. Sabotage, I do it myself all the time. Yeah, don't do it yourself all the time. You don't have to. Like, really, that's the best thing not to. So the best thing is to hire professionals. So for instance, let me wash my hands from that mousse. So for instance, let's say your air conditioning goes out. How would you go about fixing it? Would you try to go do it yourself? Well, no, you wouldn't try to go do it yourself. You would find someone to do it. And that's the same thing with government contracting. That's exactly the same thing. So you essentially see what needs to be done, and you find someone qualified to do it. And it's the same feelers that you put out when you're hiring someone. You might read their reviews. You may ask them questions. You might see if they seem like pretty even temperament, reasonable person, or like are they hot-headed, and you know what I'm saying, like seem like a problem to work with. So it basically, you would just find people to do the work. So there is no just doing it yourself. You know what I mean? Angie, I don't know why they keep rescheduling. What kind of association is it? That's seems a little weird, and my lips seem so naked because I need some lip gloss. I don't have any in this big old makeup bag. I need some lip gloss. Yeah. I don't know. What kind of association is it, Angie, that you have a class scheduled with? Because is it like can't think of what it's called because the name changed. It used to be called PTAC, but it changed to something else now. But yeah, if I do offer some sort of mentorship, like it is pricey. Let me just say that. It will be pricey because of the amount of time, the return on your investment, et cetera, et cetera. So I shared with y'all like my first one that I subbed out, I made $8,720. I believe it. I wish there was a way I could look at my screen and share my screen with y'all so I could show y'all. But I've made $8,720 with a 4-day job. And not all of them go like that. They're not all that way, you know, but with a 4-day job I did, and I was able to be home on my couch working on other contracts while my subcontractor was out there working the contract that I had given him to do. It's called Apex. I don't know about Apex. So like I've said, it will not be a couple $100s. Like if we work together one-on-one, I will work with you until you get something, but it would be more in the $1,000 range. I'm thinking probably like around 4,000 to 5,000 because it is a lot. So let's say it's a tree cutting contract. How do we bid on the actual tree cutters? Wanting to schedule time for estimate. Okay, so with that, they usually have something called a site visit. And with the site visit, you have your person go to the site. So you could be there with them, or you could send them by themselves. So there are a couple different ways that I handle this, just depending on what type of contract it is. And what I typically like to do is understand people's pricing. So once, let's say I win a contract, like winning that mold remediation contract, once I understand how you price it, I could go after more of those with reasonably priced contracts without having to get your price. And then I will reach out to you and say, hey, I have this job. We are paying X amount of dollars. You know, do you want this job? And the job could be bigger or the job could be smaller. So you should kind of understand how they price things. But basically, your subcontractor will, you can send them on the site visit. Now, the thing about government contracting is everything has a deadline. So the questions that you might have about the service or product that they're wanting, it has a deadline for you to ask those questions. Once it's past that deadline, they're not going to answer the questions. Once the site visit is passed, sometimes there is no going back to see the site again, you know. So you have to just kind of be careful of those small little caveats. So what I do before I even reach out to a subcontractor for an opportunity, I kind of qualify like that opportunity. Like there's a multi-layer process that I go through in order to qualify that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And then see if it makes sense for me to do something. And if it makes sense, then I go ahead and go after it. So I'm working on a tree cutting one right now. And I'm also working on some furniture for a school. I'm working on, what is the other one? I'm trying to think. I have a bid sheet. I didn't work today. And I actually didn't work yesterday either. So I'm kind of disconnected from my bid sheet. But I'm working on several right now. Like I always have things that I'm interested in doing. So, okay, Angie says, so we should have a team that we use on a regular basis to make this smoother, basically. Maybe, maybe not. So what I do is I onboard what I call vendors. It's because the subcontractors are my vendors. So I'll do like a vendor onboarding, and once I do that vendor onboarding, I will like have all their information. I'll have their service area, I'll have the services that they provide, and then if I have something in their service area that I win, then I can put them on again. So they're not necessarily my team, but let's say you understand that tree cutting, this is a reasonable price to charge for a tree that's 36 inches in diameter. This is a reasonable price to charge for a tree that's 24 inches in diameter. What you could do is you could submit your bid for that thing, and then you could find your subcontractor afterward. And you could say something like, hey, XYZ tree cutting place, we are looking for someone to cut down this many trees. Here are the details of the trees, and the price is not to exceed this amount. So hypothetically speaking, let's say the whole contract, you bidded $50,000 on the whole contract, and you might say to them the price is not to exceed $30,000. Well, a business who is equipped to take that, more than likely they're going to go ahead and take that up from you, and then you're managing that project. So whether it's remotely, whether it's on site, something like that, I would not be on site unless there was something I wanted to learn. You're managing that project, and with you managing that project, what ends up happening is that you understand about their pricing. You know what I'm saying? And so then you get to profit $20,000 for being home, at work, on vacation, bidding on more things, whatever it is that you're doing. So that's why I love the business so much. I think I need some more color on my cheeks. What other questions do y'all have? Not a course, definitely not a course. I don't have the time or the desire to record. I will work one-on-one with you. We're working one-on-one with me until you win. So that could be, you know, let's say I say, okay, I'll work with you one-on-one for 8 weeks. That could be 8 weeks where you have access to get the information specific to the things that you want to do, specific to the offers that you want to put in. But let's say after the 8 weeks you don't win. Well, I'll keep working with you. Let's say you win in 2 weeks. well, guess what? We got 6 more weeks to win some more. You see what I'm saying? We have 6 more weeks to win some more, but and it's not, and it's everything that I have. So I have organized things very much so because it's very important to be organized with this. I'm not even offering like this sort of training, but I'm just thinking hypothetically, if I did, this is what I would do. It is, I'm very organized with everything. So I'm organized with the way I look for things. I'm organized with putting those things on my sheet. Okay, can you hear me? Could y'all let me know if you can hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I think you can. But it's all of my systems, all of my tools, everything that I use too. So, for instance, when I think back on the first contracts that I bidded on, y'all, my proposals were so, they looked good, but they were so jacked. They were missing so much information that was just standard to have. You know what I mean? And I tried going to ChatGPT and doing it, child please. No, that just did not work. So when I look back at some of my earlier proposals, I laugh. I'm like, no wonder I ain't win. This is a hot mess. Like, it looks good for someone who don't know what they're doing, but it was screaming newbie. You have no idea what you're doing. And anyway, yeah, there's just different ways that it cut out for a few seconds. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. Yeah, you need to come in here. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this live because this is, I have pretty good lighting in here and my bed is not made. I really don't want to take y'all in my room with my bed not being made, but I will come live again. Like, what day is good for y'all for the lives? Because I could do it like once a week. We could go live, and let's say you're digging into some contracts and you're wanting to know something else, you could save your question for the live and I'll be happy to answer it on the live, you know, like if that will help. But I just want to know what to do with this channel, y'all. I just really know, I need to know what to do with this channel. Do I just leave it here? Do I just let it die? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? Any day around this time is good. Okay, so around like 5 o'clock. That sounds good because that's usually when I stop work. But okay, y'all. Well, I will put this live up. Thank you for your time, Leah. We're going to find something for this channel. I hope we do. I mean, I think it will be good. I know I have a lot of information to share, but I definitely want to do wellness content, and I created a channel for that. So not pushing that channel to y'all at all. Just letting you know, I created a channel for that, and I haven't posted my first video on there, but you know, I just did that. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this live, and I'm going to save this live and I'll name it part 2 because part 1 was like about an hour or so ago. Okay. All right. What is the channel? It's According to Leah, the number 2, According to Leah. And this one I just went back and renamed it Leah the Notary. All right. See y'all later. Bye.